Hello there, this is Jack, and welcome to the Golden City Project. In today's episode, I'll start off with a quick tutorial on how to build the compact roundabout that I posted on Reddit. After that, I'll talk a bit about why I chose to put a roundabout in this specific spot in my city, the pros and cons of roundabouts compared to normal light intersections, and some other potential areas in my city that could benefit from a roundabout. Towards the end, I'll talk about the urban planning contest I started about a month and a half ago, and at the very end, I'll talk about the future episodes and what's going on with this series. So if you're interested, please stick around. Timestamps for each subject I cover will be in the description below, as well as mods, assets, and other various links. Now for the tutorial on building this compact 4-way roundabout. The goal in this tutorial is to teach you how to make the basic road design using vanilla roads. I'll show you how to do some of the road detailing as well as the custom crosswalk, but the rest of the detailing will be left up to you. These listed mods are required only to build this roundabout. Okay, so to start off, you will want to level the terrain, otherwise your roundabout will have these noticeable edges. Next, you want to make sure all the roads are dirt roads and bring them all into a normal 4-way intersection. Because this exact roundabout design is so small and compact, it won't work on significantly angled intersections. Now you will want to go out 2 units from each side and make a centered 4x4 unit square. Now go out 3 units from each side of the square and draw a marker road off to the side like this. Delete the roads in between as well as the marker roads, and then draw new roads from the new point to both corners. Delete the roads in the middle of the square, and if the road doesn't get rid of that node in the middle, redraw the road so that it is continuous from corner to corner. The results should be looking like this. Now grab the single highway lanes, disable the lights using the network skins mod, and upgrade all the roads that are part of the roundabout. Once you get the roads going the appropriate direction, you can grab the chevron and place it dead center. You don't have to use this specific prop for your roundabout, but it does help you in making the roundabout round. Now, click on the Move It mod and stretch these segments to make a more circular configuration. You can also drag each corner node in closer if you would like. If you see the road glitching out like this, you might want to stretch these segments out a little bit to get rid of that and make the asphalt look smooth. So now you have an already pretty good looking roundabout, but it's undetailed. To fix the road lines and make the dashed lines, as well as the shark teeth for yielding, you're going to want to type in bike middle into the Find It mod. Select the decal, and using the prop line tool, click on freeform. Now click anywhere and drag out the line so you can see it. Go into the prop line tool settings and make the spacing 1 meter. Now go around each corner and complete the road lines. You can continue using this method to fix broken lines, or you can save some on the prop limit. So now for the dashed lines. Once again, you'll be using the bike middle decal, except now adjust the spacing to be 2 or 2.5 meters. Start from here and draw the dashed line to the solid line for each corner like so. The result should be looking like this. Now to make the shark teeth, you will need to create a triangle using the bike middle decal. Using the Move It mod, select the triangle and copy it to the desired locations. You can also place them in front of the default crosswalk or later in front of the custom crosswalk. Now to cover up some of the default lines, grab the ploppable asphalt decals and place them here. Make sure that they do not overlap the dashed lines. Also, if you're planning on doing the custom crosswalk, place the asphalt decals over the default crosswalk to hide it. So that's it for the road detailing. Let's do some custom crosswalks. First, take a walking lane, disable the lights using the network skins mod, and stretch it across like so. Now you can use the Move It mod to adjust the position of the 2 nodes. You will want to keep the crosswalk a truck's length distance away from the roundabout, both for safety for cars and pedestrians. In real life, cars would be able to yield to pedestrians while being out of the way of the roundabout. Now type DBP into the Find It mod and grab the new Dutch bike lanes and place them over the crosswalk. A special thanks to Lost Gecko and Agusing Navi for helping me bring these to the game. So now you can draw another curved pedestrian path in each corner and place these 8x4 bike path decals over it. Make sure that these pedestrian paths are the pedestrian paths and not bike paths, otherwise pedestrians won't be able to use your custom crosswalk. Now that your custom crosswalk is made, you can grab the shark teeth you made earlier and place them before the crosswalk. I'm now going to leave the last bit of detailing up to you. If you do use planners, make sure that nothing obstructs the view of the area around the roundabout for a more realistic look. I chose to put a big old tree in the middle of the chevron because the chevron is already extremely high and already blocks sightlines, so why not? I'm choosing form over function in this particular case. Well, that's pretty much it for the tutorial. If you're interested in my Golden City project, please stick around to see more. Oh, and I finally made a Twitter and Facebook for my channel, so go ahead and follow those for a closer and more current look of what's going on with the series. Okay, so why did I choose to put a roundabout here? Compared to normal traffic light intersections, a simple and modern roundabout causes 37% less overall collisions and 90% less fatal collisions, according to the Washington State Department of Transportation. These results are primarily due to the low travel speeds both for entry and exit to the roundabout. The low speed also provides much more safety for pedestrians and cyclists. Roundabouts are healthier too. They cause both less air and noise pollution, as well as provide a potentially aesthetically pleasing sight for locals. Green landscaping can turn a once barren view of asphalt into a beautiful garden. Roundabouts, due to their nature, provide a very easy U-turn, and that is something I'll take advantage of in the road system design of my city. Roundabouts are also far better for handling high volumes of left-turning traffic due to their continuous flow. In this particular location, as you see here, traffic will turn right off the main road and end up at this point. A lot of traffic will be going straight, but a lot of traffic will also be going left. A normal intersection would require a large left-hand turn-only lane, and queuing cars would sit there idling until it's their turn. So that's why I chose to put a roundabout here. Now, as to why I didn't put a roundabout in this spot is because a large majority of traffic will be flowing east to west. When traffic flow in a roundabout is significantly unbalanced, with let's say 90% of traffic flow going east to west, locals will observe this and begin to not yield to other cars on the roundabout because they think that that car will be doing what the other 90% do. Of course, collisions will then occur when that 10% happens to be using the roundabout. Another con is yield confusion. Usually this isn't a problem with single lane roundabouts like here, but with multi-lane roundabouts, collision amount numbers will go up. Because this city is set in America, yield confusion might be a larger problem than in other countries due to the rarity. In my life, I've only driven/ridden through 2 roundabouts that I remember. Just the fact that a roundabout in America is a memorable experience is a testament to the rarity. I'm basically saying that many drivers in America right now don't have much experience with roundabouts, and that could be a potential problem. But the biggest con for roundabouts is the amount of space they take up compared to normal lighted intersections. Roundabouts only have the advantage of space efficiency when large volumes of traffic need to be turning left. So that's that. I'll now show you some other intersections and roundabouts that I'm currently working on. From these overhead shots, it might not look like I made much progress since my last episode, but that's actually not the case. I was able to completely plan out the road systems for the other 3 points. I even went ahead and got most of the major intersections already made. But to keep with the timeline of this series, I degraded all the roads back to dirt. At the very end of stage 1 in this series, I will detail these intersections and stretches of road to be under construction. I have also figured out where I want to make the sunken/underground expressway that would be built in later stage development. Also, not seen in these particular shots are some detailed areas that will be in my next episode. Here is a small sneak peek for a rail overpass and road highway interchange that I absolutely love. This here is one of my favorite intersections. Most traffic will be turning left, right, or doing a U-turn. A very small percentage of traffic would be turning onto the small road that heads to the city center due to vehicle restrictions. This particular roundabout I might redo because it is sort of ugly, but I like how it's going. I wanted to keep the flow of pedestrian and cycle traffic completely uninterrupted by vehicular traffic. Again, I'm using a roundabout due to its advantage in handling large amounts of left-turning traffic. Many people in stage 2 and 3 of the Golden City project's development would be turning left off this main road and into the large transport hub. At this transport hub would be significantly cheaper and more available car parking to promote use of public transit. Therefore, the common commuter would drive to here, park, and then ride a bike or hop on a tram or bus to get to their final destination. I'll cover this subject more in future episodes. This here is a planned spot for a similar roundabout to the one I previously showed. A decent amount of traffic in later stage development would be exiting or coming onto the sunken expressway, and a lot of traffic would need to do a U-turn as well as a left turn. A multi-lane roundabout would do a good job of handling this specific situation. Okay, that's it for intersections. Let's talk about this urban planning contest. In my last episode, I provided 2 areas of potential development. Of course, as expected with my subscriber count at the time, I received very few submissions, but the ones I did receive are amazing. So within the first week, the Steam user who goes by Nobody submitted his ideas for development 1. His idea was to construct a science center here, but I won't be able to use his idea at this specific spot as I had already planned to build a science center on this point. Although, I really did like his idea for a leaf-shaped park, so I will either use it when I construct the science center at the mentioned point, or I will try to mix his idea with this next submission. So this next submission is by Dr. Com. Firstly, if you haven't already subscribed to his channel, you should definitely do so. My favorite series of his is Project 2100, where he plans out a city of the future near the Great Lakes. He recently started an additional series called Storm Island, which I am very excited for. Now I know at least half of you guys are directly from his mention of my series, which I very much appreciate, but I'm just making sure that anyone who watches this video is also aware of his channel. Okay, so his submission was for Development 1 and 2, and it was probably the best type of submission. It provides an urban plan-esque image with the idea of the area captured in a not too specific way. Because I will be recreating these submissions in-game, this format is very easy to follow and provides all the info I need. Also, I absolutely love the thought that he put into each of his plans. So his plan for Development 1 includes a very peaceful residential and shopping area with parks along the shore. These parks will include trees to break the sound that travels easily over the lake. These park buffer zones will also make the transition from lake to city more environmentally friendly, as well as nicer looking. At the northernmost point is to be a monument that is currently undetermined. Like I said, I might try to incorporate Nobody's Leaf Park idea into this design. Now for Dr. Com's Development 2 submission. His idea was for it to be a car-free area with shops, restaurants, boutiques, and galleries. The development is to be centered around a plaza large enough to host small festivals, markets, or even open-air concerts. On the western side of this plaza is to be an event hall, which can host anything from musicals to meetings. A small park with a water feature is directly adjacent to the plaza to provide a cooling effect during hot Texas summers. Overall, his plan is very well thought out and will be a great addition to the Golden City project. A big thank you goes to Dr. Com and Nobody for submitting their plans. I don't think I'll include the finished product of this contest as a part of my next episode, but rather I think I'll make a completely separate episode covering it. So now I'll talk a bit about what's up with the series and my plans for the future of the Golden City project. First off, I'm going to apologize for the relative weakness of this video compared to my second episode, as well as the time it took to bring to you guys. I think I'll be sticking with a shorter type episode that only includes one specific topic and maybe a secondary topic that fits well with the first. This way, the video will be shorter and quicker for you guys to watch, as well as easier for me to produce. You might then be able to expect me to pump out an episode every 2 weeks or so. In late August, I'll be starting college at A&M for urban planning, and at that point, I don't know what will happen with the series. I'll be devoting my full attention to studies and making connections, rather than video games, as I should. Hopefully, I can get at least one video pumped out during my first semester. Now I do plan on finishing stage 1 by the end of the summer, which will be done in maybe 2 to 3 more episodes. I think that's it for everything I wanted to cover in this episode. Thank you very much for sticking around to this point. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Also, due to the inconsistency of my uploads, I suggest that you turn on notifications. That way, you don't miss the rarely uploaded videos. If you enjoyed and want to see more, please hit that like button. I'll see you guys in my next episode.